I'd like to do a few news stories. Recently, many previously unknown facts about presidents have come to light thanks to the Freedom of Information Act. Here are a few of the latest revelations. President Eisenhower started each day by eating 60 boxes of Raisinets. FDR delighted in calling up Hitler and quickly hanging up on him. Gerald Ford lived a completely secret second life as a Mr. Potato Head salesman. Harry Truman's glasses would not come off. They were fixed permanently in place during the First World War when a German soldier got him in a headlock. One time, in order to dramatize a point, LBJ ate a baby. Abe Lincoln could not keep track of which side was which during the Civil War. He often confused North and South and sent aid to the wrong side. This is one reason the war lasted as long as it did. Now back to some other news. A medical research team announced today that being alive is actually a form of disease. They say everyone has it except the dead, and that people who commit suicide improve immediately. A Wisconsin farmer has invented an automobile that runs on grapefruit juice. The only problem is, on cold mornings when you start the car, the engine goes... A small town in Tennessee, just downwind from a nuclear plant, believes it may have received some radiation. Everyone is dead and the trees are humming. The Gay Liberation Front, along with the National Association of Tall People, has announced they will oppose the Army Corps of Engineers next week when it attempts to destroy a 50-foot dike. My wife said you'd like that one. A man in New Hampshire reportedly has invented a machine that grants wishes. Reporters who went to his house were met at the door by hundreds of naked women who said that he was either resting or dead. A man by the name of John Barrow is suing his minister for malpractice. He claims the minister wrongfully included him in a prayer that was being said for a brain tumor victim. The victim is better, but Barrow has a head the size of a walnut. A 66-year-old woman who was trotting backwards from Winnipeg to Rio de Janeiro was killed today when she was hit by a truck head-on from the rear. A leading manufacturer has announced a product for people who have little self-confidence. It's a new pair of eyeglasses which makes everyone else appear to have skin trouble. A man who claims that for 23 years he bent over backwards to please people is in orthopedic hospital tonight. A woman who met a man on a bus and talked with him for 4 minutes claims she is entitled to half of his income during that period. A leading oil company announced today that there is very little oil under the North Atlantic, but there are millions of barrels of STP. A woman in Utah told authorities today that she was abducted by a UFO and taken to a distant planet where she was given a medical examination and several prescriptions. Valley time. Amtrak officials announced today that they are suspending all passenger service except for one train, which from now on will only go in one direction. And Mother Teresa, the winner of this year's Nobel Peace Prize, is returning the money because it has germs on it. Starting to make different decisions as I look down the list. Well, we'll wind up the news tonight with a story of a man in Syracuse who claims he has the world's... Well, wonderful. That's wonderful. Perhaps you know this gentleman. He claims that he has the world's largest collection of chocolate pudding. He has collected a total of 339, I'm sorry, I don't even do numbers very well, but a whole bunch of separate servings, many with whipped cream. He says many of the older ones have pulled completely away from the side of the dish. Thank you and good night.